World War I, one of the largest and deadliest wars in the history, with an estimated 9 million military and 13 million civilian deaths. In this video, we'll trace about the events which happened, the causes of the war, and the consequences after the war. On 28 June 1914, Gavrilo Princip, a Serbian nationalist, assassinated Archduke Franz Ferdinand, the Austro-Hungarian heir, leading to the July Crisis. In response, the Austro-Hungarian Empire issued an unconditional ultimatum to Serbia on 23 July 1914. Serbia's reply failed to satisfy the Austria, and the two moved to war footing. A network of interlocking alliances enlarged the crisis from a bilateral issue in Balkan to one involving most of the Europe. By July 1914, the great powers of Europe were divided into two coalitions: Triple Entente with France, Russia, Britain, and Triple Alliance with Germany, Austro-Hungary, and Italy. Italy stayed out of the war until April 1915, when it joined the Allied powers after its relations with Austro-Hungary deteriorated. Russia felt necessary to back Serbia and approved partial mobilization on 20th July and full mobilization on 30th July. Germany demanded Russia to demobilize within 12 hours. When Russia failed to comply, Germany declared war on Russia on 1st August in support of Austria-Hungary. And France also ordered full mobilization in support of Russia on 2nd August. On 2nd August, Germany demanded free passage through Belgium to have a quick victory over France. When this was refused, Germany invaded Belgium on 3rd August and declared war on France the same day. The Belgian government invoked the 1839 Treaty of London, and in compliance with its obligation under the treaty, Britain declared war on Germany on 4 August. The February Revolution in Russia replaced the Tsarist autocracy with the provisional government, and the October Revolution created Soviet Socialist Republic, which signed the Treaty of Brest-Litovsk, ending the Russian involvement in the war. The last of German reserves were exhausted as the 10,000 fresh American troops arrived every day. The Allies drove the Germans back in their 100 Days Offensive, a continual series of attacks to which Germans had no reply. One by one, the Central Powers quit and the Germany signed an armistice on 11th November 1918, ending the fighting. So now let's see the causes. The first cause is mutual defense alliances. Countries throughout the world have always made mutual defense agreements with their neighbors, treaties that could pull them into the battle. These treaties mean that if one country was attacked, the allied countries were bound to defend them. The alliances which made the bilateral issue of Balkan to involve most of the Europe are Russia and Serbia, Germany and Austria-Hungary, France and Russia, Britain and France and Belgium, Japan and Britain. The second cause is imperialism. Imperialism is when a country increases their power and wealth by bringing additional territories under their control. Before World War I, several European countries had made competing imperialistic claims in Africa and parts of Asia, making them points of contention. Because of the raw materials these areas could provide, tensions around which country had the right to exploit these areas ran high. The increasing competition and desire for greater empires led to an increase in confrontation that helped push the world into World War. The third cause is militarism. As the world entered in the 20th century, an arms race had begun. Primarily over the number of each country's warships and the increasing size of their armies, countries began training more and more of their young men to be prepared for the battle. The warships themselves increased in size, number of guns, speed, method of propulsion, the quality armor, beginning in 1906 with Britain's MHS Dreadnought. By 1914, Germany had nearly 100 warships and 2 million trained soldiers. Great Britain and Germany both greatly increased their navies in their time period. Further, in Germany and Russia particularly, the military establishment began to have greater influence on public policy. This increase in militarism helped push the countries involved into the war. The another cause is nationalism. Much of the origin of the war was based on the desire of Slavic peoples in Bosnia and Herzegovina to no longer be part of Austria-Hungary but instead be part of Serbia. This specific, essentially nationalistic and ethnic revolt led directly to the assassination of Archduke Franz Ferdinand, which was the event that tipped the scales to war. There was another historical and psychological cause. The historical was the France has lost Franco-Prussian War of 1870 and 71. And the France was suffering from hard nationalism. They had lost Alsace and Lorraine, which is considered to be French motherland to Germany in the Franco-Prussian War. So now let's see the immediate cause. The immediate cause of the World War I that made the aforementioned causes come into play, that is defense alliances, imperialism, militarism and nationalism, was the assassination of Archduke Franz Ferdinand of Austria-Hungary. On 28 June 1914, a Serbian nationalist named Gavrilo Princip shot the Archduke and his wife while they were driving through Sarajevo in Bosnia, which was part of Austria-Hungary. So now let's see the consequences. First, the Paris Peace Conference. The Paris Peace Conference was the meeting of the victorious Allies after the end of World War I to set the peace terms for the defeated Central Powers. Dominated by the leaders of Britain, France, United States and Italy, it resulted in 5 controversial treaties that rearranged the map of Europe and imposed financial penalties. The victorious countries signed different peace treaties with each of the various defeated nations. Treaty of Versailles. It was signed between the Allied powers and Germany. In the territorial context, France regained Alsace and Lorraine. Eupen and Malmedy passed into the hands of Belgium. Eastern territories were annexed by Poland, which caused East Prussia to become territorially isolated. Danzig and Memel, former Baltic German cities, were declared free cities. Denmark annexed northern Schleswig and Holstein. Germany lost of all its colonies and Victor annexed them. The military context of the Treaty of Versailles. The points are drastic limitation of the German navy, dramatic reduction of the army, demilitarization of the Rhineland region. War reparations. The treaty declared Germany and its allies responsible for all loss and damages suffered by the allies. As a consequence, they were forced to pay war reparation to the victors. The London Conference of 1920 established the total amount of repairs that had to be paid by Germany to be 140 billion gold marks, an enormous amount for the time. Let's see the other consequences. The war also brought other important social and ideological changes. The US, which had won the war but had not experienced the conflict on its territory, became a first world power. The mass mobilization of men led to the incorporation of women into the workforce, which was a major step forward for women's rights. The triumph of the Soviet Revolution and the social crisis that followed after the war encouraged the workers in many countries to protest, creating a pre-revolutionary climate. The extreme nationalism experienced during the war, coupled with the fear of communist revolution, encouraged the middle class population of some countries to move to the extreme right. This created a hotbed of fascist movements.